What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hustle, and yes, this is the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you will be the first one to be notified. You will be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Kick and my Twitch, King Hustle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Kick and Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is put the title on every video. Once you put the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or a video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for. All right. And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members, and we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's gonna turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be your family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos and y'all get the notifications, it's gonna be some information that's gonna help you win, keep you informed, or keep you entertained. So with that being said, you know how we get down over here on this channel. We talk about the new scams, the new methods, the new bank scams, the new bank methods, the dark world, and the dark web. Now, a lot of people have been tuned into my channels for the past 8 years, and they know mostly how I where I stem from, the cybersecurity world, the cyber world, the tech world. And if you go on any of my channels, you'll go back from my earliest videos, you'll see what I mean, what I talk about, right? And there are a lot of people in the world that really don't know anything about anything. A lot of people see people flashing money like this and things like that, and they automatically think they are a scammer or something, right? And when people say scam, they refer to some type of check scam or some type of credit or debit card fraud, because that's what they only know, because that's what they only see and what they only hear. Now, first things first, people got to start understanding that scammers, fraudsters, and hackers are not the same people. They all in the same game, but they don't do the same thing. Scammers are people who social engineer, manipulate, or trick victims into sending or giving their money. Fraudsters are people who steal others people identities or information to obtain some type of goods. Hackers are people who compromise information and sell it, or they might compromise information or hold it for ransomware. And ransomware is basically when a hacker compromises, let's say, $1 billion company's information. They say, if you don't pay us X amount in Bitcoin, we're going to release these files or we're going to release this information. And ransomware is very popular in the rich community. And we'll get to that in another video. Well, we'll probably talk about that in this video right here, because a lot of people don't understand the difference between real time fraud and technology fraud. Technology fraud is the number one source of fraudulent revenue being generated in today's world. Not check fraud, not credit card fraud, not skimming, no, whatever the make with a gift card fraud, no, none of that low level activity is what's really generating funds for the people in the dark world. Because at the end of the day, everything is being generated and ran through technology. Without technology, we wouldn't have any Wi-Fi, we wouldn't have any internet, we wouldn't have any of these applications that we use on a daily basis. We wouldn't have none of this stuff. There'd be no texting, there'd be no FaceTime, there'd be none of this stuff, right? And people don't understand that. See, people minds are this big. And a lot of people think they know more than what they actually know. And a lot of people have information that's incorrect. See, a lot of people don't understand that tech fraud, a lot of people don't believe in tech fraud. Let's put it like that, because a lot of people don't understand technology. If man is the one who created everything that we do in today's world, even AI, man created AI, artificial intelligence, a man created AI robots. And if a man can make this robot think, act, and move as a human being, what else do you think can be done out here in this world? Just like a man made Cash App, a man made Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, Apple Pay, a man made these programs. A man developed these programs, coded these programs. Just like mobile web apps started to pop up. They wasn't here in 2005 or nothing like that. No, these just start popping up as the world evolved. As the world evolves, the methods were evolved, the technology really evolved, right? See, let me kick it to y'all out here like this. See, a lot of people think everything is a scam and everything is fake. But once they start seeing how real the world is really is, like people didn't believe in aliens. Now they're starting to drop files that and show that aliens are real. So people have to understand, like, the first wave of tech fraud that was pushed out to the world was with Cash App, and was the Cash App quote unquote glitch or whatever. And people to this day don't understand that it's all technology based. Chime methods and Apple Pay methods, all technology based. There's something called man in the middle browser, and you can control traffic. You can control different networks. A lot of people don't understand that when you sometimes send money through Cash App, it might get rejected. It might not allow you to send the money. Sometimes it might um pop up as a fraud or scam alert. This is all due to technology. A man programmed it, their security database on this application to recognize certain red flags. And sometimes it's technology. Sometimes it can mess up and catch the wrong thing, because we all didn't try to send a Cash App payment before and it rejected. And then we tried to send it again and it went through, or we tried to send half and half or it went through, or they didn't got the people didn't got the warnings, this might be a scam, do you know this person, those type of things. This is all due to red flags. People Cash App accounts get closed all the time due to technology. People don't even be doing nothing, they just get closed because of technology. So people 6 years ago, when the first form of the Cash App quote unquote glitch was presented to the world, because at the end of the day, it stemmed from the dark world, the dark web. There were sites on the dark world that were performing these tags for people, and there are regular people that are on the dark world or the dark net. So when they see this opportunity and they know most people can't get on the dark world or know how to get on the dark world or the dark net, they take that and they bring it to the clear net and they present this opportunity. And a lot of people are in the technology. They don't know how to code. They don't know how to make websites. They don't know anything about socks and proxies and DNSs and HTTPs and these type of things, servers and databases. So they just take this opportunity, put it on the clear net, and say, "Hey, we got this, we got that." And people who are green and don't do their information or resource, they jump onto it, and then they get scammed by these scammers. Because anybody who know, when I my oh, we don't even talk about that, but these things are real. It's just all about, just like when people try to buy credit card information off the dark web and they get scammed. There are people who sell real information. It's just about where you're getting it from. Like people just think like there are databases and servers that everything goes through to get confirmed. And there are a lot of different technology scams and a lot of different technology methods that's generating a lot of money. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the top 10 technology scams methods that's going on today that's generating a lot of money for, people in the dark world, the dark web. So with that being said, let's check out these top 10 methods. All right, so a lot of people are just starting to learn about this technology fraud and this technology world because of me, because I've been, putting you guys onto game, letting you know how deep technology really goes. So we're going to go through the top 10 technology methods or fraud tactics that's going on in today's world. So technology fraud, also called as cyber fraud or electronic fraud, refers to any deceptive activity carried out using digital tools and steal money, personal data, and sensitive information. Fraudsters exploit vulnerabilities in systems, human error, and social engineering to gain unauthorized access or cause financial loss. So, key types of technology fraud. So, phishing. Attackers impersonate legitimate organizations via email, text, or social media to trick victims into revealing passwords, credit card details, or other sensitive information. These messages often create urgency to prompt quick action. So, when people are downloading these spoof apps and they're going on the dark web and buying these different bank credentials and databases with people's information who bank at that bank, what they do is let's say it's a Chase Bank. They get the Chase Bank fraud department number, they put it into the spoof app, and then they got a log of people who have bank accounts with this bank. And then so because a lot of at first when this scams first started, they was just sending out random text messages to random people, and most of the time people didn't even have bank accounts or nothing to do with the stuff they was talking about. Then they got it elevated, and people got smarter, and now they started to say, okay, let's get people who actually bank with that bank and get their credentials and utilize that. So people go on the dark web, buy the credentials for the bank. They act as if they are that bank. They send out text messages. Hey, are you trying to wire $2,000? Are you trying to spend $500 at Best Buy, Walmart, Target, whatever? And since they have an actual bank account with this bank, it's going to seem as if it's real. So the sense of urgency and fear is going to be there. And they're going to text back no. And then that's when the scam comes. They act like they're the fraud department, say, hey, we're going to give you a call. They call, they act like they're the person. And there's different ways they can go about doing this technique. They can either have the person take out the money on their own and like drop it off so somebody can pick it up, or they can get the person's credentials to log into their bank account and wire transfer or do whatever that they want to do. All right. So phishing is definitely one of the top technology fraud methods that's going on out here in this world, where attackers impersonate legitimate organizations via email, text, or social media to trick victims into revealing passwords, credit card credentials, and other sensitive information. All right, so malware. Now, we've been talking about malware. I know a lot of y'all been hearing me say malware, and I'm going to do a video on malware. But malware, a malicious software, is installed on the devices to steal data, disrupt operations, and gain remote control. Examples include spyware, ransomware, and keyloggers. So malware basically is is where somebody can gain control of what you're doing. Like somebody can place malware on your computer, and once you click on that, they now have access to your computer. And just like when people go on the dark web and they don't know what they're doing, and they come across all these different sites, and some of these sites might just be malware sites that when you click on it, they take over your computer. A lot of people be having a lot of things stored on their computer, and there's nothing they can do about it. So malware, we're gonna talk about malware too. We're gonna talk about that. Ransomware. I know a lot of y'all have been hearing me talk about ransomware. Y'all just heard me talk about it in the beginning of the video. So a type of malware that encrypts files or locks systems demanding payment, often in cryptocurrency. For description, ransomware attacks have surged with global ransom payments exceeding $1 billion in 2023. So ransomware, like I explained to you guys, is basically a malware that encrypts files and locks them. So you can get ransomware on your bank account. You can get ransomware on your computer. You can get ransomware on your system database. Like this is where people do. Like there are people out there that's targeting rich old people, putting ransomware on their bank accounts and saying, hey, if you don't pay this amount, we're going to blah, 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 blah. So ransomware is very serious. And a lot of people a lot of hackers utilize ransomware as their main form of work to obtain some type of goods. All right. So account takeover. We at number 4 right now, account takeover. So fraudsters gain unauthorized access to online accounts, banking, email, e-commerce to steal funds or personal data. This can happen via stolen credentials, phishing, and malware. So just like malware, ransomware, and phishing, how I explained how those work, account takeovers can be done by gaining information through those methods up there. All right. So we're going to talk about account takeover too. Carding. All right. So using stolen credit or debit card credentials to make unauthorized purchases or withdraw funds, often with the card holders, without the card holders
knowledge. So carding, a lot of people buy stolen credentials off the dark web. A lot of people know people who work in certain businesses or certain places that handle this type of information, which allows it to be stolen or sold easily without having to go on the dark web. You got people who work at banks. You got people who work at different companies that will hold your debit card information on their system for payments. There's a lot that goes on. You got people who clone cards, and people got to understand a clone card is basically you have somebody's card, and if somebody had your card and they used it, wouldn't you know where they used it at and cameras and things like that? So people got to start getting a little bit more um knowledgeable of what's really going on in the carding world. All right. So social engineering, manipulating individuals into revealing confidential information or performing actions that compromise security, such as clicking malicious links or transferring funds. Like I told you guys before with the spoof calling, that's exactly what they're doing. They're just social engineering somebody into giving up something. All right. So business email compromise, BEC, fraudsters impersonate executives or trusted contacts to trick employees into sending money or sensitive data, often in corporate settings. Now, this is where the technology fraud starts to rise and starts to get more enhanced, because in the business world there's more money being handled, more money being made, and these business accounts have more money in them, and so they come up wherever there's money being made, there's going to be some type of scam or fraud being committed. Easy as that. All right. So synthetic identity fraud, creating fake identities using real or fake personal data to open accounts or access services, often for financial gain. So synthetic identity fraud, quote unquote, pre-built CPNs, where people steals under other people's information, get fake IDs created, act like them, open up bank accounts, deposit fake checks, get loans, credit cards, lines of credit, utilizes somebody else's information and identity. All right, so that's synthetic identity fraud. Cryptocurrency fraud. All right, scams involving unregulated digital currency such as fake exchanges, Ponzi schemes, or phishing for crypto wallets where stolen funds are irreversible. So cryptocurrency fraud is a new on the rise type of scheme or method or universe, because now more people are starting to get into the crypto world, and unregulated digital currencies, such as fake exchanges, Ponzi schemes. We all know about Ponzi schemes. You get a lot of investors to basically invest into something that you got with a promise of a return, and they get nothing. Or phishing for crypto wallets. A lot of crypto wallets out there that a lot of people can't recover, and so people go fishing for those with money in them, where stolen funds are reversible. All right, so that's why a lot of people are in the crypto, because the funds can't be reversed because it's all encrypted. So DDoS attacks, attacks. So disturbed dental or service attacks overwhelm systems with traffic to disturb services, sometimes as a smokescreen for other fraud activity. So it just basically blocks you from seeing or being able to see other fraudulent things that's happening on your servers and on your system. So technology fraud can cause financial losses, damage, legal consequences, and operational disruption for businesses. It can mess up customers' trust and increase compliant risk. So, prevention tips: use multi-factor authentication and strong password policies. Implement fraud detection tools like AI-driven monitoring and transaction analysts. But then again, you gotta understand AI was built by man, so everything out here is AI. These methods are AI in some type of way. So train employees to recognize phishing and social engineering attack attempts, keep systems and software updated to patch vulnerabilities, and backup data regulated and mitigate ransomware impact. All right, so there are more type of technology fraud methods going on out there in the world, but those are just some of the top 10 that are more recognizable, that people can recognize more and see what's going on and prevent it from happening to them, because there's always somebody out there trying to scam, and there's always a victim. It might be you, it might be me, it might be a bank, or it might be both. So with that being said, like I tell you guys all the time, make sure you guys are getting your Northern Life Lock to monitor all your social media accounts, financial accounts, and personal accounts to make sure no suspicious or funny activity is going on. And then monitor the dark web to make sure none of your personal information is on there being sold. So make sure you guys get your Norton Life locked. Make sure you guys are freezing all three of your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experience, so nobody can get anything in your name. No loans, credit cards, lines of credit, no cars, no apartments, no nothing. Make sure you guys are getting new credit card and debit card numbers every so often. It's 4 quarters in a year, and most people have had the same debit card or credit card for years. And every time we're using that information is going on some type of new database, and there's always a database compromise, leak, or hack. So with that being said, just every so often get new cards. If you feel like you didn't use this card in so many different places, get a new card, new information. So if it was a hack or compromise leak with the old information, you'll be good because it's no longer valid. All right. So make sure you guys stay more safe, stay more cautious, and be more aware of what's going on out here in this real crazy world that we all living in. All right. So shout out to all my Real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping the sauce, and y'all motivate me keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there's tired of being broke, because it ain't no joke. Let's get to work. FaceTime one-on-one limited gyms are $1,000, but for limited time only, I'm doing them for 600. Yes, 600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know you payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yo me. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, $250. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the crypto tour in person limited gyms, $3,500. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the month-long mentorship, $750. It comes with a free 1K load, 20 to 25K on the flow. With that, don't miss out on that opportunity. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram, the Potato app, and Discord, Millionaire World and Network. Still looking for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the all notification bell on my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, TikTok, Snapchats, Discord, Kick. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives, and make sure y'all get in where y'all fit in with these loads. All right, 125 and up, Cash App, Bitcoin, Apple Pay payments, and the screenshots when you're ready, and let's get to work. All right, and with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how I get down to any of these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson, video, or live. Peace.